Hi all, welcome to the class. Today we are going to learn about five kingdom classification which is proposed by R.H Whittaker in 1969. Before going to the class, before going to five kingdom classification, we need to know about classification. Classification means grouping of organisms based on their similarities. Classification helps to study a huge variety of living organisms, and it also makes identification simple and more systematic. Classification is important because it helps to group organisms based on their similarities and differences, and with the help of classification we can learn about millions of organisms easier and systematic. The classification helps to show the evolutionary relationship among different organisms, and it also helps to identify and name different organisms correctly, and so that the confusion can be avoided. And scientists used this classification method to predict characteristics of new species as well as characteristics of unknown species. The five kingdom classification system is proposed by R.H Whittaker in 1969, and R.H Whittaker classified organisms into five kingdoms. The five kingdoms in Whittaker's classification system are kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. He classified organisms based on the cell type, whether it is prokaryotic or eukaryotic, and body organization, the mode of nutrition as well as reproduction. This classification system made more natural, scientific and accurate distribution of all life forms. This classification helped in understanding the evolutionary relationship among different organisms. The criteria used by R.H Whittaker are the cell type, whether the cell of that organism is prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means the cells of this organism is not having a true nucleus. The DNA is freely floating in the cytoplasm. Eukaryotic means the cells of this organism is having a true nucleus. DNA is enclosed in that nucleus. The second criteria is cell structure, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular means only having a single cell. Multicellular means having many cells. The third criteria is mode of nutrition, whether the organism is autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic means the organisms prepare their own food. Heterotrophic means the organisms will not prepare their own food, they will depend on other organisms for food, for their nutrition. The fourth criteria used by R.H Whittaker for his classification is reproduction, the mode of reproduction, whether they will reproduce asexually or they will reproduce through sexual means. The fifth criteria is ecological role, what the role that specific organisms is having in its surroundings, in its environment. These are the five criteria used by R.H Whittaker: the cell type, cell structure, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and ecological role. Now we can look deep into the five kingdoms of the classification system proposed by R.H Whittaker. The five kingdoms are kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. Each of these kingdoms is having its own unique features. Here you can see the five kingdoms. Below, at the baseline is kingdom Monera, which is the earliest organisms, most primitive organisms. After kingdom Monera, here you can see kingdom Protista, and after that kingdom Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia is arrived. We can represent these five kingdoms in the form of a tree. Below is Monera, above Monera is Protista, after that Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Now we can look deep into each kingdoms. First one is kingdom Monera. They are the primitive earliest organisms. They are prokaryotic. They are not having a true nucleus. Their DNA is freely floating in the cytoplasm. Most of the organisms coming under kingdom Monera is unicellular. They are having only a single cell. They reproduce mainly by binary fission. Binary fission means a single cell is divided into two equal cells, and they are having cell wall. The cell wall is usually made up of peptidoglycan. This peptidoglycan will protect the organism from harsh environments. They can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Some of them will prepare their own food, while others will get nutrition from depending other organisms. They can be found in all environments, including extreme harsh environments such as hot springs or very cold environments, because they are having peptidoglycan cell wall which will protect the organisms from these harsh environments. Examples coming under kingdom Monera are here you can see different bacteria, Vibrio cholerae, which will cause cholera disease, Salmonella typhi, which will cause typhoid, Clostridium botulinum, which will cause food poison, Treponema pallidum, Clostridium tetani, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Legionella pneumoniae, Staphylococcus aureus. There are different organisms which will cause different diseases, pneumonia, food poison, cholera, typhoid, etc. There are beneficial bacteria also there, such as lactobacillus, which will present in curd. Okay, there are useful bacteria as well as harmful bacteria. The second kingdom is kingdom Protista. The organisms coming under kingdom Protista are eukaryotic. They are having true nucleus, but most of them are unicellular, only having a single cell. Some of them can be multicellular also. They live mainly in aquatic environments. They mainly live on water, and they show both the plant-like characteristics as well as animal-like characteristics. They can be autotrophic. They can be prepare their own food. Otherwise, many of them can be heterotrophic also. Many of them will depend other organisms also for the food. They will move with the help of pseudopodia, flagella or cilia. Their locomotory organs are pseudopodia, flagella or cilia. Most of the species move with the help of pseudopodia. Examples include amoeba, paramecium, euglena, diatoms. Here you can see in this picture, here is the amoeba which will move with the help of pseudopodia. It will take nutrients also with the help of pseudopodia. Here you can see euglena. Euglena move with the help of flagella. Okay. Here you can see slime mold, diatoms, paramecium. Paramecium is also known as slipper animalcule because it is having the shape of a slipper, right? You can see dinoflagellates, macroalgae. Okay. These are the examples coming under kingdom Protista. The third one is kingdom Fungi. In kingdom Fungi, most of them are multicellular except yeast. They are having a cell wall. This cell wall is made up of chitin. In Monera, their cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, whereas in fungi, their cell wall is made up of chitin. They lack chlorophyll, so that they cannot photosynthesize. They will depend other dead and decaying matter for taking nutrition. So they are known as saprophytic parasite or parasitic. Okay. They will grow best in moist dark places, and they reproduce by spores, and they are also having hyphae. Examples include yeast. It is used to make bread, and molds are also the example. It is usually grow in the food that is in bad conditions. Mushroom are also example of coming under kingdom Fungi. Mushrooms grow from the underground. Some of the mushrooms are edible while others are poisonous. The fourth one is kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae are multicellular eukaryotic. They are having chlorophyll and they will perform photosynthesis. They are autotrophic. Okay. And their cell wall is made up of cellulose. In Monera, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. In Fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin. In Plantae, cell wall is made up of cellulose. Mostly plants are non-motile and they are having tissue level organization as well as organ system organization. They are having tissues and organs to perform different functions such as transport of nutrients and absorption of water, etc. And they will store food in the form of starch. All the plants are the examples coming under Kingdom Plantae. Little examples are there in this picture. You can see flamingo flower, snake plant, peace lily, Boston fern, aloe vera, spider plant. Okay, lots of examples. You can comment in the comment section what are the examples you know. Okay. And the fifth kingdom in R.H Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification is Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia are multicellular eukaryotic organisms. They are not having a cell wall. They will depend other organisms for food and they will show movement at later stage or some stages of their life. And they are having a well developed organ system. They reproduce mainly by sexual means. Examples coming under Kingdom Animalia. All the animals are coming under Kingdom Animalia, which includes humans, mammals such as rat, blue whale, birds, fishes, amphibians, reptiles such as crocodile, whatever it is. Okay, all the animals you can include in Kingdom Animalia. And now we can compare all the kingdoms in Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification system. First, Monera. It includes prokaryotic unicellular organisms, while all the other kingdoms are eukaryotic organisms. The Protista, mostly the Protista are unicellular, some are multicellular. They show both plant-like and animal-like characteristics. The Fungi, they are mainly multicellular. They lack chlorophyll so that they will not prepare their food and they absorb nutrients from dead and decaying matter. The Kingdom Plantae are multicellular. They are having cell wall with cellulose and they will prepare their food by photosynthesis. They are autotrophic. The Kingdom Animalia are multicellular organisms. They are not having cell walls in their cells and they are heterotrophic. They will depend other organisms and plants for nutrition. The 5 kingdom system groups all living organisms based on their structure, cell type and mode of nutrition. It clearly shows the difference between simple organisms such as bacteria and the most complex organisms such as plants and animals. Each and every kingdom is having their own unique features and it helps to understand the diversity and relationship between different organisms. This classification provides a strong foundation for studying biology and exploring the diversity in our surroundings, and as well as the evolution. We can explain evolution also from the classification system. We learned about the 5 kingdom classification which is proposed by R.H Whittaker. Now we can move into the evaluation session. I just prepared some questions. The first question is, name 5 kingdoms which is proposed by R.H Whittaker. The second question is, how is kingdom Monera is different from kingdom Protista? The third question is, give one example each for Fungi and Plantae. The fourth question is, why are animals placed in a separate kingdom in kingdom Animalia? And the last question is, if you discover a new unicellular organism with a nucleus, which kingdom will it belong to? And give the reason. These are the 5 questions. The questions are simple and some are for answering some questions you need to think a little. Okay, answer all questions. If you are having any doubt, please ask in the comment section. And thank you. That's all for today. Tomorrow we can come with a new topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.